As budget phones in 2024, I prepared these iPhones from the 11 series to see together what autonomy they have. Among the most important things about a second-hand smartphone is the battery capacity, so don't miss this material in which I will compare these models. I will reproduce in this comparison some activities that we use in everyday life. To begin with, we have this superb iPhone 11, which is 5 years old since it was launched, so I'm curious how long it will last. The second is the Pro version, which is also 5 years old since it was launched, with small improvements on the camera and some components. And the last one, just as old, is the Pro Max version of the iPhone 11, from which I have high expectations because it has a large capacity battery. In order for the test to be as relevant as possible, all devices are reset and have the same settings, automatic brightness is disabled, and are 100% charged. I start the timer, and in the first stage the phones will have their screens on the home page for 1 hour, and I mentioned that the devices each run with the latest software version. The final results will be strongly influenced by the health of the batteries, so if you stay here you will find out the autonomy of each device. After the first hour after starting the timer, it seems that the iPhone 11 is in the last position, losing 9% of the battery just with the screen on with no other applications running. On the first position is the 11 Pro model, which lost only 3%, and very close to it, the 11 Pro Max with 95% of the remaining battery. The second phase of the test follows, in which we'll run the YouTube app with video at 1080p resolution. Don't forget that in this test are used phones, and if you are thinking of buying one of these, you will have the results presented in this material. Two hours have passed, and from what can be seen, the trend is maintained. So we have the iPhone 11, which is in the last position, and the other two are close with 3% difference between them. An important consumer of the battery is the camera, that we use almost daily, so I will move on to an hour of video filming at 4K resolution and 24 frames. This step will make the difference and will separate the phones according to the battery strength. As I expected, the percentage dropped quite a lot in all of them. So the iPhone 11 dropped below 50% of the battery. The other two are doing quite well, and surprisingly, the difference between them is also 3%. Further, in the following hour the phones will run in the TikTok app, which is set to auto-scroll. Four hours have already passed, so all devices have exceeded this threshold. So far, the results are excellent, and 11 Pro and 11 Pro Max amaze me because they haven't dropped below 50% yet. Because games are indispensable in our lives and we often play them on our smartphones, the next step is the test in play mode. I chose a funny and easy game that many of you know. I didn't expect the iPhone 11 to reach 5 hours, but here it is, and it still has 4% battery left. The situation also changed with the other two, so the iPhone 11 Pro Max took first place with 31% of the remaining battery, while the 11 Pro still has 22%. We are approaching the first model that will close, so for the next hour I will turn on the selfie camera in video recording mode. At 5 hours and approximately 13 minutes, with an excellent result, we have the first model whose battery was completely discharged. From my point of view, the iPhone 11 is still a phone worth buying in 2024. With two devices left, I will continue the test alternating between apps until they close. For their age and considering that they have a rather low battery health, they managed to exceed the 6-hour threshold, and 25 minutes later, the iPhone 11 Pro also shuts down. It belongs to the models that are worth buying in 2024, having an attractive design and a camera that does not disappoint you. When it comes to the battery of a device, there is no need to purchase new products to be able to enjoy a pleasant experience. It is enough to choose a suitable model according to the budget. The 5 to 6-year-old phones are close to the newest ones, and on top of that we have the possibility of changing the battery. But be careful, changing the battery cannot guarantee an improvement, and for that I have a separate video with a link in the description that shows you why. I have good news for Max model lovers. At an affordable price, you can buy this model that lasted 7 hours and 33 minutes of continuous use. The iPhone 11 Pro Max remains the best choice when it comes to used phones. If you are thinking of changing your iPhone battery, watch the following video to see the real difference between the original battery and an aftermarket one. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you liked it.